Okay. Huh? Okay. So this is started recording. Okay. Let me see my messages. Okay. So last time आपण introduction घेतलं to Python. So now we will in this session we will go and see little bit or programming किंवा आपण पहिला प्रोग्राम लिहू आपला हॅलो वर्ड सारखा प्रोग्राम. एव्हरी कॉम्प्युटर लँग्वेज शिकताना सगळेजण फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम काय लिहितात तर हॅलो वर्ड टाईप करायचं स्क्रीनवर. तर वी विल डू दॅट सेम थिंग. आणि इफ वी कुड गो अँड लर्न अबाउट व्हेरिएबल्स आणि अदर थिंग्स. ठीक आहे. तर लेट सी प्रेझेंट ऍक्च्युली maybe let me know you guys कुणी लास्ट टाइमचा होमवर्क केलाय. मे ऍटलीस्ट आय पोस्टेड ऑन अ व्हॉट्सॲप ग्रुप. तर ज्यांनी कोणी केला असेल होमवर्क तर कॅन यू गाईज टेल मी व्हॉट इज द आन्सर फॉर दिस. Wow, very different answer. 3, 4, 5, 9, 3, 4, 9. Okay. Good. मुलांनी ट्राय केलं. That's good. Okay. A lot of kids saying 3, 4, 9. Okay. So let's see. I'll go. Actually, okay. 3, 2, 9, 1. Okay. Wrong. Okay. 3, 2, 9. Okay. Actually, ज्यांना कोणा आले नाहीयेत कोणी लिहिल का ज्याला कोणाला समजलं नाहीये किंवा जमलं नाहीये. आय वॉन्ट टू सी हाऊ मेनी किड्स कुडंट डू इट. ज्या मुलांना जमलं नाहीये तर एखाद दोन मुलांनी त्यांचे क्लास और स्टँडर्ड लिहिता का की म्हणजे त्याने आयडिया येईल की कुठल्या मुलांना कळलं नाही आणि देन आय कॅन एक्सप्लेन. इधर एनिवे आय विल एक्सप्लेन की कसं आन्सर आहे. ओके. ओके. Anybody more than 7th grade, 8th grade? Good. Okay. Sai Sawan nahi alay ka? Okay. Anyone from 9th grade or 10th? Just want to know की कुठल्या मुलांना येतं आणि कुठल्या मुलांना नाही. It doesn't mean anything. की idea is मी सर मोदी मी सर म्हणजे काय 9th grade. Okay. Okay. तर ऍक्च्युली लेट आयडिया इज की तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना ते जमलं पाहिजे. राईट. की कुठल्या स्टँडर्ड मध्ये काय आहे त्याच्याशी हे नाही की आयडिया इज और थॉट प्रोसेस इज ऑल ऑफ यू शुड बी एबल टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग लॉजिकली और व्हाट टू डू विथ दिस थिंग, व्हाट टू नॉट टू डू विथ दिस थिंग. मोर ऑफ इट इज अ लॉजिक. अब सब लोगों को लॉजिक समझ में आना चाहिए कि हो 9th ग्रेड में हूँ तो मुझे आना चाहिए, 6th ग्रेड को नहीं आना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. समवन किसी को लॉजिक अच्छा से आता है तो 6th ग्रेड में भी होके ही कैन गो एंड आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. बट सब लोगों को शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी. राइट. तो लेट्स लुक एट दिस. राइट. कि जस्ट द ऑप्शन दिए है तो उसमें से व्हाट दे आर सेइंग इज नथिंग इज करेक्ट इन द 4th ऑप्शन. राइट. So 5, 1, 6, nothing is wrong and nothing is correct. So definitely these numbers are not part of it. So let me just put something on the screen here just to explain you guys. Can you guys see my screen, right? So I'm going to spend time on this because more than a programming, logical thinking is important. And if you guys can know logical thinking, programming becomes easier. Okay. So what it says that 516 is not correct. So out of our, if I write the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, as I'm teaching you, कि जब भी मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ आपको, तो that is the even that time even I'm thinking about this problem, right? So that same thought process what I go through my mind, और मेरे दिमाग में जो चल रहा है वही मैं आप लोगों को बोल रहा हूँ. So let's say 516 is not correct, right? So I'm just gonna mark them not correct. 5, 1, 5, and 6, right? It says. So these three are not there. And then, so now if I read the next line, last option, one number is correct, but in the wrong spot. So currently I'm just gonna look for the numbers. कि जो कुछ numbers मिलेंगे तो उसको देखना है. 5 and 6 is not correct. So this already gone. So 3 looks the number, correct number, right? So we will just circle this 3 saying that, oh, okay, this looks a correct number. All of you understand that? I know की कुणाला समजलं नव्हतं. साई सावंत किंवा झूम मोदी, तर समजलं का? At least first 3 is one of the number, right? Out of 3. Then let's see what it says. The 2 numbers are correct but in the wrong spot. This third option. 2 numbers are correct, but as we know, this 1 is wrong, and this, then definitely these 2 has to be correct, right? And already we know one of them is a 3, which is correct. So obviously then 9 is a correct, right? So 9 is another correct. So what left is we just need to find one number. So out of these 4 numbers, only one can be correct, right? So let's read another clue here. For second clue says one number is correct but in the wrong spot. Okay, one number is correct in a wrong spot. And so is one number correct? Is that number one of these 2 numbers? I don't see it, right? So first clue you read करूया. The first clue, if I read, जब मैं first clue read कर रहा हूँ, तो can some of you answer? Not the person who gave the answer in the past, but one of the kid who did not understand what is to do. So if I read first clue, then looking at that first clue, 8, 6, 9, can you tell me which is the correct number in this? Savant, why you think 8 is a correct number? Is that 100% तुला सांगता येईल का 8 is a correct number? We cannot. Why? Don't just read two of these sentences, and no, don't unmute your phone. If you can type, that will be better, because I think we have a lot of kids today. I'm just trying to avoid. Right, I think a lot of kids are saying 9, right? Okay, just for you, Deepika, Sawant, you are Modi. If you read these 2 clues, it might lead you to wrong answer, but just think, we know these 2 are right number, right? 3 and 9 are right. So one number is correct and in a right spot. Is any of those from these 2? As long as if it is not from that, we cannot guarantee or 100% sure that is a correct number. But in a first clue, it says, oh, 9, and we know for sure 9 is here. So 100% that first clue is talking about 9, correct? कळला Zoom? Actually, Zoom to the Zoom now है कि you have just screen name Zoom. Okay, so in the first clue, looks like definitely 9 is a correct clue, correct? So if 9 is the right spot, then other 2 numbers are not correct. So now if I say these 2 numbers are not correct, so I'm going to mark them not correct, right? This and what? Okay, 8 and 6 is already marked not correct. So 8, if I look at this, right? Where is from this, right? Okay. So now 8 is not correct in this case. Now we know one number is correct, but in a wrong spot. And I don't see option 7 here, right? So 7 is not there, so we are going to mark that 7 too, right? So now we left with option 2, 4, correct? 2 and 4, out of those, one number might be correct. But now we need to go look for the clues on the spot thing, right? So 9 is at one number is correct and in the right spot. So that is, we are going to write 9. If I just make this 3-digit number, right? Like this. So 9 is in correct spot. Then what is saying? In this case, where is that? Okay. In this case, it says that two numbers are correct, but in the wrong spot. So in this, we know 3 is in the wrong spot, 9 is supposed to be here. So what the other number supposed to be? Okay, what is that other number can be? Or where that other number will go? This 3 is other number, right? Where it is supposed to go then? It cannot, if this is a wrong spot, then it has to go in this place, right? So that's the reason it's going to go here. Okay. And what else? Okay. Did we miss a clue here? Out of these two, how do we know which number is correct? Can you guys tell me? Out of 4, 2 and 4, which one we supposed to pick up? Sorry, okay. Guys, okay. I have some distraction here. Okay. Did we lose any clue? Why 4? Why 4, Lou? Even 2 can sit there, right? Right. Correct, right. So the 2 is there too, right? So which can go in this place? Out of these 2, only 1 can fit because I don't see 2 and 4 repeated. So either one of them can go and sit in that place. Even 2 is in the wrong place, right? One number is correct, but in the wrong place. So this both has a spot to go in the middle. So actually, you can have both of them go here. So it can be 329 or it can be 349. Unless I did some mistake in figuring out. Just like I तुम्हाला सांगतोय त्यातलं की I am using same thinking as you guys. What goes through my brain, I'm just putting it. पण तुम्हाला कळतंय का मुलांना की how you can use your brain to make this logical solution for this logical problem, right? Okay, good. So I'm hoping everybody got the answer. How we are coming up with the answer, right? Okay, we'll have more this kind of puzzle in future sessions too, right? Okay. Okay, let's continue with our current session. So let me ask you guys, how many kids have yet or installed Python on their machine or computer? Anyone installed Python? Okay. Okay, that's good. सो झूम तुझ्याकडे कॉम्प्युटर आहे का? असेल तर इन्स्टॉल कर आणि ट्राय कर. ज्यांच्याकडे कॉम्प्युटर आहे त्यांनी ट्राय करा ऑनलाईन जाऊन पायथॉन इन्स्टॉल करायचं. लास्ट टाइम मी लिंक दाखवली होती. तुम्हाला लिंक पाहिजे का आणखी एकदा परत? ज्यांच्याकडे नाहीये कॉम्प्युटर त्यांनी काही करू शकत नाही. त्यांनी दे कॅन जस्ट डू द होमवर्क ऑन अ पेपर अँड मोस्ट ऑफ द होमवर्क कॅन बी डन ऑन अ पेपर. Okay, send you guys the link. You guys need to be quick. Let's see. You go to Python. If you go Python, it's download here, right? So I'm going to paste this link to you guys in the chat. Okay, so this is the link and you can go download the Python here. Last year's session मध्ये we use only this editor, and what we use is Notepad++. आज पण तेच यूज करूया, but in the next couple of session maybe we will go and try to use some other editor IDE which will be better. ठीक है? Let's see on my screen. As I'm showing, we will try the first example or program how to write. So this is the command prompt, and if you look, you can go and create a new file here. Can you guys see? All of you guys see on my screen where I'm clicking? So if you create a new file, it will open a file in a text editor. And here you can actually start typing the Python code, right? So as I mentioned, we'll just plain start with print statement or print command, and we will just type hello world. That's most of the software developer starts with this hello world. तर तुम्ही एकटेच आहात अशातलं नाहीये. सो प्रिंट ऍक्च्युली मागच्या वीक मधलं सेशन अटेंड केलं असेल तर तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की आपण इथे कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट वर पण प्रिंट स्टार्ट करत होतो, आणि यू कॅन डू द सेम थिंग हिअर टू. So if I do this, if I want to run, I just go run module here, right? You guys got that? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? So as soon as I try to run, जब मैं रन करने के लिए बोल देता हूँ उसको इंटरप्रेटर को, तो वो बोल देता है मुझे कि first save the file. So I have a folder in my laptop where last time when I did the sessions, I saved some of the files, but I'm going to just save them again. Hello world. Session 2, right? Okay, so I saved that, and as soon as saved, it runs, right? So what it printed? It printed hello world, which is what I put it as a string into this place, right? So just going back, where I saved that file, I saved it into my C drive, and I'm going to show you guys where I saved it, so that way you know what exactly the file looks like. Okay, and I saved it in this. So what is this? This file looks like this way, and you have the file type is a Python, right? And if you look at the properties, it has extension. Type of file is Python file with the extension .py. Correct? So this is mostly a text file, and we will see. So if I want to type another line saying this is my first program in Python. So if I run this, it is always going to ask me to save the file. So if I say save, you can see going back here, the timing, it's my time, okay, my local time. So you can see it is 7:48 p.m. But as soon as I click save, it will change the time again. So if you look, it's now 7:50 p.m. It's 2 minutes since I saved it last time, right? And now after it ran, you can see the first time when I ran, it has only produced output like this. But now I'm printing two strings, right? One is a hello world, and the second one is, oh, this is my first program in Python. So whatever I want to print, as long as I put it in a print command and put it in a quotes, it works, right? Last week पण आपण केलेलं आहे. That was only on a command prompt. I can just use the print command because this is interpreter, right? So this is my first program. If I type it here and press enter, it's still going to execute the same command. It executes that command. The same way, if you put it here, this is the command to the computer, right? So Python interpreter, if you guys remember, what happens is, just now, let me just one more time. What really happens behind the scene is we write this command, right? Print command or something. So we write as a user, okay? If I'm the user, I write some command. I write some command here, but there is a program called interpreter, Python interpreter. So assume that as some box which takes this input and then it generates some code which is gonna be interpreted by the computer. So this program, what I type, it's fed into the computer, and then it produces some kind of 0101 kind of language, and it calls that binary code, and then microprocessor or computer's brain runs that and generates the output, right? So basically it generates the output and shows you on the screen again. The run option is in your, when you open the file here. Let's see, when you open the file, the run option is in the file section. So what I was trying to tell you guys is, okay, this print command here in the program and on the command prompt is not anything different. Do you guys get that? सब लोग को समझा क्या? Okay, so now you can see, let me do one more thing. So I'm typing out this. If I want to print, so if I say I'm printing 1, okay. So you guys know this is, this is the string, right? Or a sentence. We can English मध्ये म्हणायचं झालं तर sentence set, letter set, right? But this is a number, right? Technically letters say 1 is letter 2, but computer interprets it different. So let me show you what I mean. When I run this, so it prints this as a text, it prints this as a text, and 1 is also printed as a text. But जर तुम्ही 1 plus 1 म्हणाला, print is gonna print 1 plus 1, or is it going to print 2? Oh, can you guys tell me what is going to print? Okay, Shlok is saying 2. You know why? Because you are telling, let's say, you are telling the, why did I, okay, I have one here, okay. So what it did this plus or addition and then printed, right? So basically, it interprets that as a to command, because it is written something like that. Oh, it thinks that, okay, you are asking me to add two numbers and then print that addition. That is what computer interprets this language. And let's see. So this is just plain writing here, right? But something called a variable as a concept. So now I can keep typing here a and 1 plus 1 and print yes do this. So if I say this, it's gonna print 6, right? What do you guys say? Right? So it does addition and prints all of whatever operation we are asking it. So in the same way, we can ask him to do the multiplication and it will print the multiplication. Just like what we showed on a command prompt. If you show 5 into 6, it is going to print what? Can you guys tell me what it will print? Someone? Okay. Yeah, that's what it is, right? So just to clarify, the command prompt or this always going to print whatever the operation you are going to do, ask him. That's clear, right? Okay. So then let me just move back. Okay. So now let's see. Okay. Now what is the variable and what is the use of variable and how to create a variable? So going back, just want to go back to my program and show you guys something. Okay. So आतापर्यंत आपण बघितलं की we are just printing the text and printing some number or some kind of addition subtraction, right? Actually ही string आहे तर आपण strings just print करतो अशातला, right? तसं example द्यायचं तर okay, we are printing this string, but what we can do is we can say my string equal to and okay. So I'm just gonna print and show you guys what is happening. So it did again printed hello world, not my string, right? So what is the difference between this hello program, hello world program, and the one I was showing you a few minutes back? In this, we are using variable called myString to save actual text value, and then we are printing that text using myString, or printing that text using print command. So this field or this name or variable, this is called variable in Python, which saves the value for particular data type, or in this case string. Idea is कि supposedly program instead of this, if we have to change the string, if I have to change, this is my first program in Python, then it's gonna print that text into this place, right? So now let's see what happens. So you can assign any value or any text to this string, but you don't have to change any code in this place. And it will work without changing anything. All what we are doing is basically assigning different text to this my string. And that's called my string is a variable. I'll explain you the thought process behind what is a variable. So I will go for a variable with a different name. So if I want to have variable which saves the value as a number, like first number equal to 5, second number equal to 6. So if I print so you know what it is gonna print when I say it's going printing those numbers, right? Print 5 and 6. So now if I want to do print first number into second number, what it's gonna do? It's gonna do the multiplication and print, right? So idea behind it, I will explain you in a minute. Oh, now you can print the multiplication of two numbers by using the variables, right? मुलांना समजतंय का? Can you guys say yes or no? Okay. So idea is now, if I want to just change the number, so if instead of saying first number as a 5, I can say 4 and run this program, and it will print the multiplication for those variables, right? Let me show you. So you can see that, oh, 4 into 6 is a 24. Previously, 5 into 6 is a 28, 30, correct? So then I can assign any number, like big number to it, and it will produce the multiplication, correct? So now in this case, even I don't know what will be the multiplication, but you can see computer is going to do the multiplication for you, correct? So that's the idea behind this assigning variable, but I will go back and explain what and how you can think of how it is being saving it. So for you guys to understand what is a variable, what you need to start thinking is, so this is something like, oh, you have a cupboard or a table or a drawer, right? So a table drawer is something like this, right? You open the drawer, put something in it, and keep it there, right? So that you can, in a drawer, you can keep your t-shirt, your trouser, or your socks, anything you can keep it. So variable is something like that placeholder. Just like a drawer, you can have a variable name, which will be a placeholder, which can save whatever you want. Just like a drawer, you can dump anything, right? Oh, one day you dump your book in it or keep a book in it, and the other day you keep your ball in the drawer. So you can keep whatever you want in a drawer, but that drawer, if you name, is like, okay, saying that, oh, this is Arjun's drawer, right? It's if you say it's Arjun's drawer, then the drawer name can be anything, right? Today is Arjun's or tomorrow is Aryan's drawer, but it's gonna hold any information or anything he is gonna put in. So that's the idea behind the variables. Variable is something like called placeholder, and you can assign the value to it, and that is going to represent that value. So whenever you use this variable, it will put that value in a place. So when we are printing, it put that value. Here it put that value. So technically, when it executes this statement, how computer feels or does it is like, okay, it picks up this value and replaces it here. It picks up the second number, replaces it here. And actually that's the reason it produces the multiplication when it generates the output of this print statement. Make sense to you guys? I know there is a lot of other things which I wanted to carry on in this class in terms of what it is, but I think that will be big of a discussion or explanation. So we'll go another shorter part, and let's see. What I wanted to show you guys is, you guys understood what is a variable, right? And what is the use of the variable. How to create, that's one of the part I was showing you, right? Anytime you put a name and assign the value, in this case, actually, we are just assigning the pure integer number. Actually, here, as I was showing you my string, right? That was, my name is Suresh. These are the numbers, but this is what? Text, right? So variables can be of different data types, but how you create them? So I will talk about different data types, but how you create the variable is just by starting to give a name to the variable. So you can put any name, my name or my string or anything. That's the way you create the variable, and just right away assigns the value. Right? That's the way you create the variable. I think there are other slides which we have. This is purely example. I think you guys can relate, or you guys need explanation about. Let me go back here. So just like example of variables is, you can, as I was showing here, first name, first number, and second number are variables. So can you guys tell me what is the variable in this case? What is this? Is this a variable? X. Right? So now I know I talked about two different data types. So what is the data type for X? I think there are, one I talked about integer data type for integer, and the other data type is a string, right? So what is the data type for X? Okay, and what is the data type for Y? Okay, so Tide is only guy knowing it, huh? Okay, so now so Y is a string data type and X is integer data type. There are other data types too, which we will go and look at it later as we go and study. Okay, so then now can you guys tell me what is the output of this first print statement, like print X? what will be the output of that print x? 5. Okay. And now what will be the output of that second print statement? Okay, good. I will go back to Zoom. I don't see you typing. Your name is very prominent, so I'm just calling you off here. Zoom, तुला लक्षात येत आहे का की मी काय प्रश्न विचारतोय आणि काय त्याचे उत्तर आहेत? I see some of the kids are saying yes, doing it, but okay, Zoom. Okay, Zoom. Your first language is. Do you understand Hindi, or do you understand English and Marathi, or you understand Hindi? Hello. Yes. Okay. Okay. As long as you guys understand. Okay. Good. आप लोगों में से किसी को समझ में नहीं आया रहेगा कि इंटीजर क्या है और स्ट्रिंग क्या है, तो now you guys can say yes, I don't understand. Say no on the chat box, so we can explain. I can explain one more time. The chat box may, can you guys type if you don't understand. तुम्हाला कोणाला समजलं नसेल इंटीजर आणि स्ट्रिंग व्हेरिएबल आणि डेटा टाइप्स, तर चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये लिहा आणि आय कॅन एक्सप्लेन इट वन मोर टाइम. कोणीच लिहत नाही, सगळ्यांना समजलंय? There are 24 kids, I think, or totally 24 participants. So I'm assuming all of you guys understand. Okay, if that's the case, then it's good. Let's go to the next one. I think I'm going to skip this one. We will come back to it later, or I will cover these things in the next session, because I think there are even data types we will cover later. As I was saying, there are different data types. There are like text type, which we are saying string, numeric is the integer, float, and all other things. We will go cover them later. I just wanted to give something to you guys and then explain one more thing. So you guys can see here, right? Let's take out this part and this part. So when I print, right, now जेव्हा मी print करतो, every time when I use a print statement, right, every time I'm just gonna type it. This is a new text. Text 1, text 2. All right, text 1 and text 2. I'm just going to show you something. So when I type, right, so what you can see, right, oh, it printed this number which is coming out from this variable, right? It printed these numbers on the second line because, okay, what number comes from this one? Then it printed my name is Suresh, which is this text, because this is assigned to this variable and we are printing it on this. So it printed this on a third line. Now it's printing, this is now, these three are with the variables, but now this one is without variable. It's just plain text putting into the print statement, right? It printed that on a fourth line. This is printed on a fifth line. So now if I keep typing like this, if I type star, let's see what it does, right? What is it gonna do? It's gonna print star on this line again. So if I print, actually, let me just go. So what is happening here? All the time it keeps printing on the next line, right? Whatever I try to print, if I print again, every time it keeps printing on the next line, correct? If I do this one more time, So it keeps printing on the next line, right? So what about if I want to print something as a different print statement, but I want to extend after this line? So like this is a new text, and after that I want to print a star. I cannot do this star if I want to print after this. With this way, I cannot do it, right? So how to do that? That's what this part is telling us, right? So I just got this one. So if I want to put it in the next line, so what I have to do is at the end of this, the print command extension is like end equal to quote space. So you can see the difference, right? Let's see. Let me show you the difference. So now this is the original one, right? When I modify and run it, you guys can see, oh, after this, if I put n equal to empty quotes, then it is extending after it. So if I want to print something on the same line as the previous line, I can use these additional parameters to this print command, and it will print the next print statement after what it is printed here. Does this make sense to you guys? कळतंय का काय म्हणतोय? This is just, you guys have to remember, there is no logic in it, okay? This is not a logical. This is just one print command. Print command works this way. This is what you have to remember. And when you build a logic, you use this information about the print command in printing those things. कळतंय काय म्हणतोय मी? No, this is not the input, Deepika. So this is just print statement. So print is for that purpose, right? Okay. So the reason I was trying to show, because I will tell you, let's see. So you guys can see this part, right? So I'm gonna now, we are almost getting close to our session. So I will show you what homework I need, or I'm gonna explain you. But this session was morely just introducing you with the variables and print statement or print command along with this part. So this is something very interesting part, and I'm gonna have some homework for you guys for that purpose. So let's see what I'm gonna ask you guys. There are two homeworks you guys have. One is to write a program. तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना दिसतंय का माझी स्क्रीन? की नाव खूपशा मुलांकडे लॅपटॉप किंवा कॉम्प्युटर आहे, तर त्यांनी त्याच्यावर प्रोग्राम लिहू शकता, किंवा त्याच्यावरही लिहायला तरी पण यू गाईज हॅव टू पोस्ट इट ऑन द व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुप. ओके, सो दॅट वे आय विल नो हू डिड द होमवर्क अँड हू डिड नॉट. सो होमवर्क पोस्ट करायला तुम्हाला मी व्हॉट्सअपवर पोस्ट करेन, आणि देन यू गाईज कॅन रिप्लाय और ऍड युअर मेसेजेस ऑन दॅट सेम व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुप. ठीक आहे. तर what is the ask in this program? Write program to generate output like below using variable. So I showed you guys. Okay, let's go back. Where is my program? Where is my program? Okay, here is my program. So I'm just gonna close, delete everything. So I can show you the program is very simple, right? I can just write a program like this. And if I do this, so you can see this program generates output like this. So what I'm asking is, you write a program which will generate output like this. But I don't go that easy with you guys, right? So, okay, the question, if you guys can see it here is write a program to generate output like this, but you guys have to use a variable, not like this. This is very easy, correct? That's okay. Whoever missed the homework, that's okay. I will post this homework on the WhatsApp group. So if you guys are on a WhatsApp group, then you will get the homework. If you are not, then I think you guys need to send the request to Vaishali madam or Santosh sir, and they will add you to that group. So you guys will have to send a request to them, and they will add you to the group. That way you can get the WhatsApp messages. But okay, till you guys get to that group, you guys at least see what is the homework, and we can ask the question on that homework. You cannot do something like this, okay? This is very simple, which I showed you guys. This is just gonna show what the homework is, right? This is not what I'm asking. Look, I need an output like this, but you guys have to use a variable in generating this output. So I showed you how to use the string and variable, so you can use that. I'm pretty sure you guys are smart enough. And then there is a additional trick. I know some of the kids in this class are from my previous session Python class. They know how to use for loop. So they can use for loop and print this using for loop. And what I'm asking is, in a print for loop, you can use this logic. If anyone, like I believe Mansi Masaili, if you guys remember, you can use this kind of things in your for loop. I will go to the loop next, or maybe after some time. That this is not for the students which are just joining. Even Mansi or Saili, if you don't able to get that, that's fine. But if you remember for loop, try using that for loop. So you can achieve the same thing using this kind of logic. And that's the reason actually I showed you guys this. This is very tricky and good way of learning things. So this is the one homework. And there is another homework. I'm just going to show that homework to you guys. This will also, I will post it on a screen, WhatsApp group. I'll just say this homework or show this homework one more time for a minute, explain you, and then we will close the class today. Okay. So this is the logic problem, just like what we did with the earlier in this class. I'm not giving any clues this time. You guys read and you guys will find out. But idea is, let me read this. 4 aliens have landed on Earth. Your job is to use the clues to solve each logic puzzle to learn more about them. Use the grid to help you keep track of information. Draw an X in the boxes that can be eliminated and an O in the boxes that are matched. Each time you find an answer that is matched, cross out all choices vertically and horizontally in that category. So this is just very simple compared to even that last logic puzzle. Compared to that, this is more easier puzzle than that. You have to upload the homework in your WhatsApp group, Mansi. So here the clues are: Nulp is the oldest of alien. So you can see their age is given here. So they say one is the oldest. So if you read this properly, you can start working on this. Var's age is an odd number. So you have to use the previous clues and other clues. Azena, I think Azena has been alive for the same number of years as she has toes. So you can see number of toes and put that clues. Okay. So with that, I think you guys should be able to solve this puzzle easily. Okay, that's all, guys. I think, sir, we have a coding class group. I did mention that, Kadambari, that there is a WhatsApp group where I think Vaishali madam keeps adding the timings for the class, and maybe you guys should check with her. If not, then I will ask her, but I think you will have to send her message or email, so she will be able to add you to the, or if I think you can ask other kids, but yeah, that's the way to go. Any question, guys? I will stop recording, and we will try to cover some more variables and other part into our next session. Okay. So you guys, I'm stopping my recording.